Hey guys, I'm Clarke and today I'm having a look at the Fulltone OCD and the MXR Distortion Plus, both titans of the distortion world. So on the face of it immediately, obviously the MXR is a much older pedal. I think I've seen somewhere that it's arguably one of the first distortion pedals. As such, it is simpler. There is an output or volume and there is a distortion or gain, whereas the OCD has both of those plus a tone control and a toggle switch. So on the face of it, it looks like the OCD is going to be the more versatile, but let's see whether that is actually the case. So I'm predominantly going to divide this video into three sections: low, medium and high gain. But first, this is our clean sound. So I'm starting off with the OCD on its high peak mode or HP, and both pedals at around 9 o'clock on the gain. Let's see what we've got. Starting off with the MXR. Before I get on with the next part of the video, if you're enjoying it and you're interested in lessons, gear, giveaways, and other guitar related things, please make sure you subscribe. It really does help out the channel massively. Okay, so the first thing that strikes me is the fact that the MXR is more dynamic on the gain control. By that I mean it's affecting the volume control quite a lot. So as I turn the gain down, the pedal's getting significantly quieter. And I was having to adjust, as you probably saw, I was having to adjust the OCD to match whatever the volume of the MXR was. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a characteristic of the pedal and it's indicative of the fact that it's less compressed. So the OCD is definitely compressing things out, evening out volumes a lot more. Now it's also interesting that the MXR needs to be nearly at full volume to achieve unity gain. Obviously it varies a bit with the gain like I said, but if I put the gain down to around noon, you still have to have the output up this high. To get it to be equal volume, whereas the OCD is the other way. You actually have to have it dialed quite far back to get unity gain. I think the compressed thing is probably the most standout characteristic difference for these pedals for me. I find that the compressed nature of the OCD means it's a lot smoother to play, but it's a lot less cutting than the MXR. So depending on kind of what you're after, that might be worth considering. Obviously the MXR doesn't have a tone control, so it will be a case of setting up your rig, probably the EQ on your amp specifically, to match where you want the EQ balance to be for the pedal. But to be honest, it's not offending me too much, because if I play without the pedal, I'm perfectly happy with that as a clean EQ. Absolutely fine, and with the pedal on, it's very well balanced to be honest, so I'm not too concerned about it. The OCD, however, I'm having to boost the tone a little bit. I find the OCD can be a little bit dark and woolly at times. So if I turn the tone down back to noon, there's plenty of top end there, but with the OCD on, it rolls that off quite a lot. Now, I have found the OCD is brilliant for lead tones when I'm recording, because the sort of bass thickness and the rolled off top ends combined with that compressed nature makes it really, really smooth, so it's really nice for solos. On the flip side though, I have struggled with it live because while it's great at doing leads, I find it a little bit too thick and bassy for my rhythm stuff. The HP LP switch I'll quickly touch on in case you're not aware of it. It stands for high peak and low peak. In the low peak mode, it makes it a little bit quieter, more smooth and compressed. If you want to see my full review of the OCD, I'll put a link above and below where I go a little bit more in depth into it. Okay, it's got to be done. Let's dime both and let's see how much gain each pedal has. Now the MXR is actually new to me, so I've not had a chance to use it live yet, but I just feel when compared to the OCD, with the issues I've had of that intense low end, I think the MXR might be better for me live, just because that space, I'll let the bassist fill that space and I'll have more of the clarity coming through. I I definitely think I can hear that the MXR is an older and less sophisticated, shall we say, pedal in that sort of fuzzy nature of the distortion. And I don't mean unsophisticated as an insult, I mean it feels raw, which I think can be, in the right context, a really good thing. So there you have it, the Fulltone OCD and the MXR Distortion Plus. What did you think? Let me know down below. But in any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell icon ticked to be notified of new videos. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time.